Ugh, dear God, why are we here again? Well, this is Stryker again, and we're doing easy processed materials while away from game, also known as being AFK, away from controller. But this time we're doing brackets and we're adding after patch because I might actually update as we go along. Why am I doing this again? Well, I found a better spot to do it, and I actually am going to show that I get the materials. So one of the first things we got to know is we got to know what our automatic processing is at. Well, the materials processing rank. Everything is by rank, so when we want to go to base facilities over on the mother base side, we want to D-pad over, and then we'll see our rank here. It is A. That's probably pretty good. That's a 73 to a 98. You can see I got like a 77 there, right next to that 1740 something. So number one, we want to go into free roam at the Lufwa Valley. This valley is essentially, it's the house where you pick up Code Talker. You know, the old guy in the story mission. That should be nomenclature that everybody understands. When you go to pick up the bald old guy with the white hair that's all creepy and stuff, that's him. That's his place, or essentially the house where they're carrying him, right? So we're going to pick the helicopter spot that's here, and we're going to go do it. You don't need to really have anything on you. You can take off most of your gear. We just need to get into the back of a truck. I mean, that's all we're doing. I'm doing it during the daytime so that you guys can see what's going on your screen. It's just easier when you use YouTube, you know, and you have lights coming in from behind you. So the whole materials processing rank thing, that's all determined by your base development. And, you know, the amount of S ranks that you have in your base development category. Now, if you'd have an S rank if you had a 99 score. I had, like, it was above 70 something, right? 73 to 98 is an A rank, and that gets me a processing cycle of 12 minutes. S rank would be 10 minutes. So, for the most part, you gotta really max out your thing to get that S rank. And in case you're wondering, B is at 15 minutes, C is 25, D is 36, E is 48, and dear God, F is at 60 minutes. So essentially what this does is that for me, every time 12 minutes goes by, the game takes materials out of my unprocessed materials, and it basically puts them into my processed materials. And once the game hits a checkpoint, it's constantly checking to see if I have processed materials that are ready, whether it be online, whether it be you know, or basically anything that's different. You know, anything with the FOBs as well. You know, online mining, you name it. It looks to see if any of those categories have finished. And if they've finished, then it gives it to me and puts it at my mother base. So, I mean, I might hit a 12-minute checkpoint, and then, you know, 5 minutes later, after I cleared out a base, I hit it, and then those materials become mine. So the idea here is that we're getting in the back of a truck that keeps going around the area, so that we only have about a minute of give time when those materials are going to get processed. From the moment they get processed to the moment that the game actually gives them to us. Now, this is the famous rock where people like to jam themselves up against. I think it's kind of silly, but I guess we do have to talk about this rock. What they do here is they run into this rock and they keep on triggering it. See, that's automatic mining. That's different. It's a different counter. So if you do it just right, Snake will continuously be triggering that autosave. See, just like that. But you have to rubber band your controller or your analog stick somehow. We don't want to do that. But we're going to go to where I marked on the map. You saw me mark it earlier. That basically just gives you an idea, like, it's safe here. But when you go like that one mound over, there's a bunch of mines. Take the dog with you, he'll point out the mines. The mines are always in the same spot, so, you know, once you know your route through, you're doing good. We're waiting for this truck to come down here and park. Now, during the daytime, it might not give you the best opportunity to get into the back of the truck. Actually, when I was trying it, I kind of squeezed it in there, and I gone when I shouldn't have really gone. But ultimately, that's all you want to do. I have an alternate way of getting in the back of the truck. You can bring the horse with you, put the horse in the middle of the road. They will stop for the horse, and you can get back in the truck. But for right now, you know, our main goal is just to get into the back of the truck by any means necessary, and we're going to ride it all night long. In no way is that a reference to any kind of song. Don't look it up on YouTube. You'll be disappointed. So where's the truck? There we go. The dog will sniff out the truck too. He actually barked if you didn't miss it. So you're gonna wait around this rock. Now remember, if it's at nighttime, you actually have a pretty good amount of time, or at least you have a clear amount of. Stop barking in my ear! God damn it! So okay, so you just need to get in the truck and wait. That's number 2. I forgot about the title card. So a few minutes have gone by. They've gone inside. As soon as this guy turns his back, we are gonna block the view of the other guy with the truck. Like I said, these guys are during the daytime, they're a little more susceptible to seeing you, so get in the back of the truck and lay down. They're alerted, sure, but they're not the guys that are driving the truck. Or, well, actually, one of them is, isn't he? Well, it's not going to harm me anyway. Okay, there's that guy. He's going to come over and look, and he's not going to see anything. Like before, once you get in the back of the truck, you can extract the dog. The dog just slows down everybody. Because if he gets in the way of the truck has to stop and blow its horn, or he bangs the side of his door. Any other enemies that are along the way, including the drivers that are going back to the truck, it takes them time to shoo the dog away. So yeah, just extract them. I tried to actually watch him, you know, fly away like I did in my previous video. But it didn't work. So this is all it is. See, we're here, right? We're at this house. They go down there. You saw what they did. They got out of their truck. They went in the house. They came back out. They're going to drive across this path that I'm showing you right here. And they're going to stop right here. They're going to stop at this outpost for a very short amount of time. They're going to turn around and go back. That is all they do. It's not like in C2W, you know, Mission 4, where we ride around the perimeter of the map. Online processing and online resources, those are on a different timer. That's a different subject, really. But like I said before, it's at least for me, since I'm rank A, every time you hit that 12 minutes, it's looking for that next checkpoint to hit. And the 12 minutes is up, I hit a checkpoint, you know, several seconds later, and then there are my materials. I didn't show that in the first video I did. I didn't show them actually ticking away afterward because I didn't know how many minutes it actually took for me to, you know, get to my threshold. And this is just simply an alternate way with the truck. So like I was saying before, running yourself against that rock, sure, it triggers the autosave all the time, but then you don't have to worry about putting a rubber band on your controller. And like I said, once you hit that 12-minute threshold, at least for me or whatever yours is, the materials get put in the next time you go over a checkpoint. I'm throwing out a decoy here. So, you know, you might have to wait an extra minute this way because the timer might go off and the truck's got to turn around and then it hits a checkpoint. So, I mean, this way you don't have to move your character, you know, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to worry about a rubber band failing on you. In this case, I'm activating a decoy. Activate it after the truck goes by. Otherwise, if you activate it too early, it'll just stop wherever you activate it because they can actually see pretty far. So, yeah, jamming yourself into a rock, this just works better for me, honestly. So there's a better method for you, and I signed in here too like 3 or 4 days later, and you can see my processing numbers, 29, 27,000, and it goes accordingly. But that's not really bad either. I mean, try signing in like 3 days after not being around. You'll get a good chunk then too, so try that. But there you go, this is the way of the future. You got the information at your fingertips, so use it and enjoy. Way of the future. Way of the future.